episode today, this Sunday. I didn't do one last Sunday because I was in Dallas with my mother and I was vacationing. And every time I would go up to the microphone, I didn't feel like doing anything. I just wanted to relax. I was happy to not have to go to work. That was a blessing. And happy I didn't have to get up early. And if I did get up early, I was able to go back to sleep and not have to worry about getting back up for work. But, anyways, today's podcast is going to be titled, Now I Should Have Known Better. Now I Do. So, this is going to be about one particular relationship. This is one where I learned where I should have known better, and I really everything was in my face. I kind of knew everything was happening in my face. And when I say happening in my face, there were signs that I should have just ran, but I didn't run because I figured I loved him enough and I wanted to try to see if it would work. It did not work. Anyways, so that's, I guess, the question this week. Were there any times when you felt like when you're looking back, or not even looking back, like when it happens, you see this isn't going to work, or this person doesn't love me or care about me. This person will not be there when I call. This person will not do anything, help me with anything, carry anything, do anything. This is how I felt with this particular person. Like, some things he would do, but he was not a good boyfriend. Maybe to somebody else he is, but he wasn't a good boyfriend to me. He was very awful. And not where he didn't put his hands on me or nothing. He just was mentally draining. Mentally he drained me. And I let him. Anyways, the first thing that let me know that I should have ran the other way, and my best friend told me I should have ran the other way. So one morning, I think I was blocked on everything, like Facebook, everything, which is cool or whatever. But I was kind of like, why would he do that? Like, it's not even that serious. Well, when I get in touch with him, he tells me that it was his ex, and she know how to get into Verizon's little, I guess, get in there to break codes and stuff like that. That's what he told me. Let's be honest, it's kind of stupid what he told me, but I wouldn't put it past nobody to know how to break into no codes or do nothing, because folks these days, they know how to do everything. They do everything but get a job. So I wouldn't have been surprised if that was what that girl was into. But anyways, so I tended to believe it. In the back of my mind, I'm like, this is BS, this is bullshit. But I'm like, maybe, because folks know how to do anything. So that was one of my things where I should have ran as fast as I could. Because even if she really does know how to break into stuff, break into cell phones and stuff, I don't really want to be dealing with that. I don't want to deal with nobody being able to go in and erase all your information, be playing on the phone with me, writing me this, that, and the other. I ain't got time for that. So yeah, I should have ran the other way, but I didn't. So, everything was fine. We doing good. We making it. He a truck driver. He driving. We talking. We we getting to know each other more and more, talking all the time. I don't really expect nobody to talk to me 24/7. I really don't. I figure you got a life, but then I'm figuring he a truck driver. So he really, he driving trucks. So he do really, I guess, to pass his time by, He don't mind talking to me. So, I'm like, whatever, that's cool. We can talk. So all of a sudden, it starts to slow up, starts to not call as much, which is cool. Again, I really don't expect you to stay on the phone with me 24/7. But when it got really bad, I used to tell him all the time, like, you started off a certain way. Again, I don't expect for you to talk to me 24/7, but you can't talk to me 24/7 and then go to not talking to me at all. Something, ain't right. Like, I know something ain't right. So that was a sign I should have got the heck on, but I did. And he tried to make it seem like, well, you act like we married. And I'm like, if we was married, we'll be divorced, because I wouldn't be dealing with that. Like, you a total different person. Like, you moving totally funny. Like, everything you doing is seeming like it's not the same. But okay, cool. We stay together. So one time I went to go visit him because we stayed in two totally different towns. I went to his town to go visit him. I stayed down there. It was a holiday. So, everything is closed on a holiday. So this man got the nerve to lie to me. Talking about he got to go to the lawyer's office, this, that, and the other. Okay, cool. You know what I mean? I'm like, this fool he just be lying. He just be telling lies for no reason, like absolutely no reason. So I just let it go. I called my friend. I said, girl, this dude, he really tried to shoot me a lie, like he going to the lawyer's office. Okay, cool, whatever. So, I let that I let it slide. I let it ride until he got back. And I was like, I hope you don't think that I'm dumb or nothing. Like, none of the lawyers' offices were open. But I wasn't gonna call him. I wasn't gonna blow up his phone. I wasn't gonna do nothing like that. Like, back in my day, like back in my early 20s and mid 20s, I probably would have blew that phone up. But like, I was like, I'm not even about to do that. I'm not even about to embarrass myself. I'm already embarrassing myself because I'm still here. And he told me he was going to a lawyer's office on a daggone holiday. So I said, I ain't gonna embarrass myself no more. So I waited till he got home and I asked him, I said, why would you lie? Like, I'm not dumb. Like, why would you lie about something like that? I know that the lawyer's office is not open. So he was like, well, I wanted to go and I wanted to hang out with my friends and I didn't want you to have nothing to say. Well, why would you lie? Why would you make up a lie that don't make no sense? Like, should have left, but didn't. Okay. So this is when I knew. After all the he loved me and this, that, and the other, I knew this day he did not love me. So I was working in the city. I was coming home from work. I was on 85, stopped getting on the exit because it was traffic, and somebody hit me. Okay, it was like a collision where somebody hit me, I hit somebody, and they hit somebody else. So it was like 4 of us. Might have been 5. I'm not even sure. I can't even remember. But I do remember this part. So we got traffic backed all the way up down 85. Okay. So I didn't call the insurance company. I didn't call, handled all my business, did everything that I needed to do as far as my car goes. Talked to the police. So I try to call this boyfriend. You think he answered the phone? Absolutely not. He did not. So I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? I know he a truck driver, so I'm not gonna trip over it. I'm still giving him the benefit of the doubt all the time. Even though he says that I act like I'm just like blowing his phone up or something, which I don't, because why would you blow somebody's phone up when you know they're not going to answer? That is so stupid to keep doing that, to keep calling and setting yourself up for the disappointment. Although I was setting myself up for disappointment when I called him in that accident. But I just thought he would answer. So he didn't answer. I think I called him again when I actually got home. He didn't answer then. Okay, cool, whatever. The next day, I'm at work and I get a phone call from him. And I'm like, why you calling me today? Like, I called you yesterday. I got into a wreck and you didn't even answer the phone or call me back. So he was like, that was you? That I had passed by a wreck and I told my friend I was on the phone that that looked like my girl car. I said, so if you thought it was me, why wouldn't you call? And then you either know it's me or you don't know it's me. First of all, my license plate is very, very clear. I'm the only one with it. So you know if that's me or not. Then my car, you know my car at the time. You know my car. So you know whether that's me or not. Like you like either you dumb, slow and stupid, or you just trying to play me, which he probably was just trying to play me. He ain't dumb nor slow nor stupid. Anyways, I knew then he do not care about me at all. So he never came to my rescue. Every time I would call him, he never hardly answered the phone. He'll call when he wanted to call. And then when I stopped calling him, he would ask me, why you not calling me? I miss you. Well, you don't answer the phone, so why would I call you? I should have known then. So another thing that ticked me off after that whole accident thing, this man had 2 cars. Okay, cool. I really don't um need nobody really to help me in that way. But what he said ticked me off because of that reason. So I went and I bought a car. Cause first of all, my mom not gonna keep driving me into the city every day, coming to get me every day. No, it don't work like that. Like I can go get another car, so I'm gonna go get another car. Cool. Because I feel like the more and more you put yourself in situations where you on the highway with these crazy folks, you put yourself in harm's way, and there is no need for my mom to have to keep doing that. Like I care about her too much to have her traveling all the way down there just to make sure that I get to work when I could help myself. So, anyways, I helped myself and I got another car. So here he go. Why you move so fast to get a car? You like you should have waited. Waited on what? You first of all, you not helping taking me back and forth to work. So you need to hush your mouth. Second of all, you got 2 cars. If you feel and you drive trucks, so you're not even home all the time. If you feel that concerned, you should have said something and said, "Don't rush to go buy a car, Vaughn. Take one of my cars. You know, I don't be home like that. You know, when I need it, I come. You know what I mean? If you yeah, blase blase." He never offered, but he came at me like that. And you know what? When he came at me like that, I said, "You ain't trying to help me, so leave me alone." And I didn't mention him having another car. I didn't mention none of that. None of that helped. I just mentioned that he didn't offer to help me, so he should just shut his mouth. Okay. So I should have known then. Please go. Because then he was ticking me the hell off. Because if you won't have no solution, don't tell me what I shouldn't have done. I did what I needed to do to make sure that I had a way back and forth to work. So I did what I needed to do as a female, as a woman. So, anyways, and that's another thing. People be like, oh, you act so hard. You act like you no, I do want help. I do want somebody. I do want to be soft. I do want to be feminine. But if I got folks like that who throwing stuff at me but don't have no solutions to no problems, and you supposed to be my man, you supposed to be showing me why I need to be with you, then I need to make sure I can take care of myself. Because if I don't, then obviously I would have been messed up. So, anyways, I still stayed with him. I think we did. We broke up sooner. Soon we broke up soon, and then we ended up talking again. And during that stage of talking, he got into a wreck in his truck. He was in another state. He caught a bus back down here to Atlanta. I picked him up. I took him to my house, let him be comfortable for the night so I could take him home the next morning. Do you know what this man had the nerve to tell me in the car? I can't believe you. This is what he said now. I can't believe you came and got me. I said, why you say that? He said, well, you know what? I would have did the same for you. I said, you wouldn't have did no same for me. I said, you rolled right past me when I got into a car wreck and told your friend you thought it was me and still didn't call me, return my phone call. You didn't call me till the next day. So you wouldn't have done this for me. Like, this is just like who I am. I'm a nice person and I do care about you and love you. So I'm not going to keep you here stranded. I can pick you up. But those are times I should have known that was a time I should have known like I needed to go. I needed to stop this relationship before it got worse. But I'm going to tell you one thing. And I've told somebody else this in my life, like as far as like my family and friends. The only thing, and when I say I told them in their case. But the only thing that helped me leave that man is that man leaving me. I don't believe that if it would have been on me to leave him alone, I wouldn't have left him alone. It had to be on him to leave me alone because that's how much I loved him. I loved him enough to stick by him through thick and thin. And I wasn't strong enough, I guess, to end it with him. I knew I needed to, but I wasn't strong enough to do it. So I never did. So it was a blessing that I think he didn't necessarily say I'm done with you. Some things were said that made me know that there was nothing that me and him could accomplish together. We didn't want the same things. It was like 1 minute we wanted the same things, the next minute we didn't want the same things. So I knew that wasn't healthy for me. To this day, he still treat me out. He was a good friend. I'll always care about him as a friend. But as a boyfriend, lover, he wasn't the one for me, and he kept showing it. I was introduced to moms, pops, sisters, brothers, but it still wasn't. I wasn't the one for him. I guess he needs something else in his life, and I wasn't able to give it to him. But again, that's an example of where you should have known better. And now, I want to know, what are some examples of when you all should have known better? I spilled my tea, but that is not the last of them. There are ones where I'm glad I knew better before it got worse. So I have some other stories, but that's just one of them I wanted to share. So again, let me know a time where you should have known better, but you didn't know better, and now you do. Thank you.